It was the dead of night in New York. Deep within the inside walls of Madison Square Garden, the place was roaring with intensity like the growl of a starving human stomach. Darkness shrouded the arena's edges, but like a ray of light from the heavens, light shone on the center of the room. Two men, 12 rounds deep into a fight, bruised, bleeding, and sweating. As the clock ran out on round 12, both men stumbled back to their corners, slumping into their corners, trying to resist the urge to lean forward on their stools. In one corner, the challenger, Camilo Chavira, 23-118 KOs, from Argentina, sitting with a smile on his face as he takes a deep breath. In the other corner, the champion, Ryan Walcott, 26-19 KOs, from America, sitting with his eyes and mouth wide open, rapidly breathing in and out before feeling the hand of his coach Brian Miller fly across his face. "Hey! What the fuck you doing, you idiot?" asked Miller, enraged and confused. Walcott stared back with his attention focused on his coach. "He's too strong, I keep landing but he's not giving in," said Walcott, whose hands are shaking at the sound of losing. "Listen, kid," said Miller, about to go on a monologue. "He's put you down 3 times throughout this fight. He's had you in the corner 18 times at this rate. Stop letting him get away with this," exclaimed Miller. "Right, okay," said Walcott as he stares towards Chavira. Raising from their stools, Walcott and Chavira stare each other down while they wait to be called to action. A voice then travels throughout the arena. "Seconds out. Round 13. As the bell chimed across the room, Chavira stumbled forward with his hands tucked into his lower facial area. Walcott stood with both hands hovering in front of him as he backs himself upon the ropes. Chavira's hands began to swing relentlessly at Walcott, straights, hooks, uppercuts. Chavira went in gunning for the finish. Walcott had his weight pushing against the ropes, feeling the fists of his opponent bang against his arms and shoulders with the occasional tap on the face. Chavira, despite his lead on the scorecards, kept letting his hands fly with his face exposed. Soon, one right hook pushed Walcott onto his right side. With his weight pressing on his right leg, Walcott sprung to life as his right hand flew across the jaw of Chavira. As Chavira's face grimiest involuntarily, he leaned forward facing a corner, running like he has no control over his legs. With 1:40 left on the clock, Walcott ran to Chavira like a man possessed. The roles were now reversed. Walcott was now the aggressor, flinging his hands about as they grazed the arms of Chavira. Chavira would instead lean against the ropes, feeling the pain increase on his arms. 15 seconds would go by as Walcott battered Chavira like his own punching bag. Chavira stood there in pain but not finished as he also let his hands go. 10 seconds of Walcott and Chavira laying their fists upon one another, the crowd screaming with excitement. But then came the referee, who would stand in between both fighters before laying his hands on Chavira, waving one hand in the air. Walcott had won by TKO. The arena went silent as Walcott slumped onto the floor as if he had been shot. Chavira, on the other hand, widened his eyes at the referee, pushing him off in frustration and confusion. After a minute of silence, the crowd erupted into boos. The sight of a champion digging his head into his arms and against the floor, and a challenger burying his face into his coach's shoulder, unable to speak.